Welcome to Tangerine Insights Cafe. Today, we're going to talk about the role of sustainability and social responsibility in brand building strategies. Hello, hi, I'm Sean here, and I have Aprajita along with me today.
Hi, this is Aprajita here. You can call me Apps. And like Sean, I've been in insights profession for more than 13 years. And I'm really excited to be in this forum today. So thank you so much, Sean, for inviting me.
Thanks, Aprajita. I think the attempt for both of us will be to bring topics to you guys which we really feel passionate about. And one such topic today is about the social responsibility in brand building strategy. We both think that's very important for today's day and age, and we want to kind of put a lens on what's happening. Sometimes I feel that we should give our nature, our mother nature, some rest and some chance basically to heal. That's really coming from the heart, and our way of doing business has not done much good to the environment around us. So what happens? What happens when brands and companies take notice of this, a very conscious notice of the same, and try to integrate this particular aspect in their brand value and the brand expression?
Yeah, and it's a platform where we want to go deep into this topic. So today we are going to spend time to really uncover the whole phenomena of how sustainable choices can be a very powerful means for brand building and marketing. And it is rightly so, because millennial and centennial consumers, they really value a deeper meaning and purpose behind brands. And we have done a lot of studies, and from our own experiences we've seen that brands which are spending time in thinking through these pieces together, they are also more preferred by millennial and centennial consumers. It actually goes beyond, Sean. What I think is it goes beyond that instant gratification, and it also goes beyond just looking or being a cool brand. I do think this topic is extremely important and extremely relevant. That this has to run through the DNA of the company. It can't be just a one-off initiative being taken through. Unless it's part of the DNA, it's really, really difficult to come across as an authentic brand.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I think these are definitely going to be a part of the self-image and the self-expression, inner expression in the coming times for the millennials, the centennials, Gen Y, and there'll be tremendous talk value around this particular topic, and people would want to belong, particularly for in this space, and they want to be a part of this space. And sometimes people who are not in this space in the future, maybe they would be perceived to be outliers. So we have to keep that thing in mind.
So Sean, do you have any example or any suggestion to companies in terms of how they should approach this way of brand building?
So I have been doing some research myself, and I've come across some brands which have appealed to me personally. I think the way they have been doing business and the way they have been making sustainability an integral part of their brand building process, and as you rightly said, the DNA of the organization, of the brand thinking, has appealed to me, and I would like to speak about some of the examples today. One being that of Patagonia. I think Patagonia is a US brand, and that's appealed to me for the fact is that they have a program called the Common Thread Initiatives Program. And there, essentially, I feel it's a very revolutionizing concept of sustainability in the core of their brand building process. So Patagonia is actually an eco-friendly outdoor apparel company, for hiking, for swimming, anything outdoor activities. And it realizes that its consumers needed more than just points and discounts, as customer loyalty programs. So what did they do? what Patagonia did in conjunction with eBay, it implements the Common Threads initiative to help the customers resell their highly durable Patagonia clothing online via Patagonia's website. Patagonia consumers pledge to buy a pre-owned gear whenever they can and sell whatever they no longer want or need. So that's pretty appealing and interesting for the consumers. Clothes are very durable, what comes from Patagonia, though it might be recycled, reused, but they have the guarantee of being ironclad. I'll show you an advertisement right now about Patagonia, what they have done with the brand, and I think things will be clear with you guys.
Though we now use the resources of 1.5 planets, we have only one to call home. We are exhausting the Earth, and the time has come to live within our means. To reimagine a world in which we take nothing from nature that we cannot replace. This is something we can do. This is something we are called to do. And if we are quiet, we will surely hear it. To do more with less, make fewer things, pursue not what we vaguely want, but what we deeply need. This we have the power to do together, to act on behalf of the natural world that sustains us. Living is not buying. To be a citizen of the earth is to put one's brief life to the use of one's dearest gifts, to summon the better angels of our nature, to own up to all the harm that we do, and then do all in our power to put an end to it. Our way of doing business has outgrown our planet and now merely runs on reserves. A new economy must rise in its place that better meets our fundamental purpose, provides balance, and gives nature a chance to rest and time to heal. Join us. We will be citizens and ambassadors, each with the destiny of our own, but with a common pledge to honor life and nature.
So, that's very interesting example. The other example which comes to my mind, where sustainability is deeply seeded in the company's DNA, is a brand called Sleep. It's a hotel brand which offers capsule for business travelers or people who are looking for a quick nap. And this is a Hong Kong based brand. It's inspired from the whole Japanese culture around capsule hotels, and what they do is they have a program where they actually utilize a heat generated by the air conditioners to actually feed into water heating system. And it's a very nice way of making sure that we are not we are efficient in terms of utilizing energy, and also kind of really reducing the global warming. And it's interesting because when you go to the hotel, you will see that written in the bathrooms in terms of the whole proposition around sustainability. So it becomes very interesting for travelers, and it also leaves travelers with a very feel good factor, I think, when they make the choice, and it reinforces the fact that yes, you have made a right choice by choosing this brand. So I think the emotional payoff is immense.
Having given these two examples, what I remember now is an example of the brand called Tom's. And Tom's essentially has come up with an initiative called One for One. Now, what's that? Let's see that. Now, Tom's One for One business model is basically about infusing CSR into the DNA of the company. So, let's see what Tom's is doing. Perhaps one of the best and most often cited brands is Tom's. For profit, it's a profit making company, by the way. It's a footwear brand that communicated its one for one business model so well that it's often mistaken for a charitable organization. So how did they do this? Now I'm also going to show you one of the ads and one of the videos around Tom's to make this entire proposition very clear to you guys. So watch it.
What if I started a shoe company and every time I sold a pair of shoes, I gave a pair away? And that way, as long as I continue to keep selling shoes, these kids will have shoes for the rest of their life.
Yeah, so I think in last one decade there has been a lot of awareness around this topic. There's a lot of initiatives, and I really like the whole idea of creating shared value, and rightly so, because especially in this part of the world, in Asia, we do see the awareness levels around to be low, and people are really looking for a very tangible payoff. Sean, if you have any examples to showcase really where brands have created that shared value in a very tangible way.
Yeah. So I think, as rightly pointed out by apps, in Asian markets, where environmental concern is typically high, but awareness of actions, is quite low. That's what we have seen. Certain companies are devising programs which are actively engaging their consumers and target consumers, potential consumers, to take part in these initiatives. So I'll give you an example how one of the companies is doing it, a very famous one. Alipay, that's basically Alibaba, right? Very, very famous cult organization in China. And we all know Jack Ma, right? He is one of the examples globally. So Alipay's Ant Forest program, where they're making CSR, in the entire corporate social responsibility, into a very fun thing. It's almost like a gamification. So let's see how they're doing it. In the Ant Forest scheme, any activities on the Alipay platform by users that are considered low carbon are counted and converted into a virtual green tree. I'm going to show you one of the videos of Ant Forest also, and hope this makes what we're speaking more clear to you guys. So have a look. So truly speaking, if you see this example, it's a very true example of recycling. It's about caring for the environment. It's an opportunity to have fun, participate in a game. At the same time, doing fun, you feel that you're doing something with purpose. So it's so many things weaved into one thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sean, I remember in one of the survey, it has come out that more and more new age consumers, they are not too much interested in watching ads. So ad blockers are more common than it was before. And I was wondering, these kind of initiative also generate the much needed engagement with the brand, consumer engagement with the brand, effortlessly and in a very authentic way, which doesn't come across as you always selling something, but truly adding value to consumers' life as well as making their life better. So I think it's a situation which is win-win. And it is not just about short-term gains and short-term popularity, but we know that investment in purpose-led brand building also results in a better dollar value. And there are a lot of case studies and a lot of data out there in the business to prove the whole financial impact of this way of brand building.
Yes, I think sustainable living and social purpose is the new black. There have been enough evidence, enough researchers across different research companies. I can talk about numbers here, who have basically shown that customers are ready to pay maybe 4 to 5% extra for companies and brands which are sustainable. The numbers are only growing. I think there is definitely a process of diffusion of innovation over here. Any kind of trends travels from the innovators to the laggards. So right now, maybe it's a latent expectation. Time will come when it will become a very active expectation, and times will happen when it will become a hygiene factor.
Yeah.
So
they need to really, think through what is their core purpose, which can also become a point of differentiation for brands. And especially if you think of FMCG categories or categories which are possibly more commoditized, this brand, purpose-led kind of marketing initiative also creates a true point of differentiation.
Yes.
So there's a real value in thinking through what is the ultimate, what is your brand purpose and how it is linked with sustainable way of brand building.
For videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel Tangerine Insights Cafe. See you again. Thank you so much for your support.